Hello, Marvelites! You're watching Marvel's The Pull List, and I'm Ryan, aka Agent M.
And I'm Tucker Marcus.
And every week we read all the new Marvel comics that come out. We pick a couple of them, we pick a topic, and we tell you why we're so hyped. Tucker, what are we talking about?
This week we're talking about if I went to the gym and worked out a ton.
Not gonna happen.
That would never happen. I'm alluding to the concept of a transformation though.
Oh.
Okay. We've picked 4 issues where some really cool transformations take place in a lot of different ways. And the first comes in Star Wars 108. This is so much fun because it's a continuation of the classic Star Wars comic series from 1977. It started then, it ran through the 1980s. This issue is written by Mr. Matt Rosenberg, and delightfully so. The first story of many in here is all about Valance, who used to be a stormtrooper, then he became a cyborg.
Transformation!
Then he became a bounty hunter.
Transformation!
And then he, well, I don't want to say what happens to him, but he transforms in a different way, I guess.
Transformation.
Yeah, but anyway, it is so much fun. There's so much great stuff in here. Also, quick shout out to Jackson. The rabbit dude is in this issue. All so much fun.
Yeah. Talking about Valance, he's a terrifying character. Actually made Vader a little bit uneasy.
Yeah.
You know what else would make you uneasy? Immortal Hulk, issue number 18 here. This one is, when you're talking about Hulk, you're talking about a character who transforms constantly. Whether he goes from Banner to the Grey Hulk, to the Green Hulk, to Joe Fixit, to the Devil Hulk, but ultimately here, the big transformation that I love that is just so freaky weird is with the Abomination. And it is a nightmare. It is so good. This is wonderful, incredible, disturbing, transformative comic books.
On the complete other side of the scale, we're going to X-23 number 12 because the transformations are maybe a little more subtle. This issue focuses in on Gabby. She's having some struggles with her identity, with her responsibilities as a superhero, and she's clashing with Laura a little bit, but as well, Gabby gets a new superhero code name. It's done with a lot of heart, with a lot of soul. It's done for very specific reasons, which I won't say why, but it's just great stuff all around.
Tucker, you didn't talk about the transforming turkeys.
No, you're right.
Anyway, last book for us to talk about is a War of the Realms tie-in. It is War of the Realms, War Scrolls number 2. This is our anthology book during the War of the Realms. This has 3 stories in it. The first is an incredible Daredevil story. He is Daredevil, the god without fear, versus Kingpin. The second story is about Doctor Strange, getting really metaphysical and showing Doctor Strange's power in some really cool ways. But ultimately for me, the third story in this book is the one that got me. It is the one that features Loki, Wiccan, and Hulkling. You get to see Loki and Thor as little babies, little children. Loki turns Thor into a bear cub. Odin gets all Odin-y, as he does. But you get to see the transformation here of Loki into a different character and using that transformation to have a conversation with Wiccan. It is a really touching, moving story set across the backdrop of the War of the Realms. Also, an X-Men themed drag queen brunch, which is wonderful, has one of the best puns that you're gonna find in comics to date. But we're gonna talk about all these comics and more on Marvel's The Pull List, the podcast version. Get that wherever you get your audio, and then we'll be back with more next week. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tucker.
And this is Marvel.
Your universe.
Show the guns.